Welcome to the League of Know-It-Alls Weekly Recap with your host, Team Commissioner.
Welcome back to the league. This is week one recap. I know we're all still recovering from Irma a little bit. Got a new microphone, so hopefully the audio is a little bit better. Got a little headset on, so ignore that shit, I guess. Week one, craziness, right? I've seen you guys at the draft. We got some new guys. Welcome. Cheers to you. I'm watching the Thursday night Bengals Houston nightmare that's going on right now for some of us. Yeah, week one, man, crazy, right? So some of the big names, biggest news: David Johnson down, gone for pretty much the season. I don't know if he's going to come back December, or they said, I don't know, hopeful in December, 12 weeks. Don't know how long that's actually going to be. Of course, I'm the only fucking moron that decided to draft his ass. However, I can't say much for Le'Veon Bell either. He only had 10 carries. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if they're upset or they're just trying to work him back in because he had like no workouts on the offseason with the team. I mean, he should know everything. He should be right up to speed. I mean, last year he had three-game suspension, came right in and had like 18 to 20 carries, if I recall. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they're just mad at him because of his holdout or what it is, but it's kind of crazy going on with that. Shady's still shady, I guess. Antonio Brown blew it the fuck up. Kareem Hunt. Hey, let's give a little golf clap, little week one golf clap to Kareem Hunt, who's probably never going to do that again in his career. But you know, I'm not saying he won't be an elite running back, but I mean, come on, even putting up 40 burgers first week. I mean, what are you, Carlos Hyde? That was a joke for most of you. Get that? Anyway, so moving on. I'm still recovering from Irma. I guess we all kind of are. I usually try to do, for the new guys, I usually try to do a weekly recap every week of the teams and kind of what's going on and what's going on in the league, and just kind of make fun of you people for either making stupid mistakes or make fun of myself for winning or whatever have you. And we will get into that in a few minutes. So I usually do like a news segment for the NFL, for those of you who don't know what's going on with this. And then I usually get into the recap kind of a thing, and then maybe an outlook. I don't know if I may have some people on doing some Skype things maybe this year, maybe for the winner of the Oh Yeah lineup, which we will get to that in a minute. For those of you who are new, you have there's two awards that obviously count for nothing in this league every week. The Oh Yeah lineup is basically the guy who scores the most points in our league. The Donkey lineup is the jackass who literally cannot score hardly any points and basically has the lowest in our league. So you don't really want any one of those. Trust me, I got a lot of the jackass awards last year. I barely escaped the penis on my helmet. Definitely going to get a chin strap for that thing. I could tell that it was kind of hard to keep on his head. However, let's give Josh a little bit of credit. He wore it out of the restaurant from that room. He wore it all the way out through the door and left with it on his head. So kudos to him for being a great sport about it. I'm going to put chin strap on that son of a bitch so it makes it even worse for next year. Got to still get the belt. Got to get the tags and stuff from the belt. Or not the tags, but the engravings and the plates and shit. So, yeah, so that's kind of what we're going to do. Last year, like I said, I used to do like a news segment. I've got little cut scenes and things like that I'm going to do. However, I think I'm just going to shoot this in one sitting this time, and I'll kind of get to it. I'll get better as we go along. Hopefully the audio is a little bit better. It's kind of a test run, so forgive me a little bit if that's not great. And we're going to get right into it. So first matchup, we have, of course, yours truly, Good Luck Chuck, versus the Mr. Philadelphia Bison. And guess what the Philadelphia Bison was this week? That is right, sir. Mr. Philadelphia Bison, with a score total of 77.4 points, is the official donkey fucking lineup of this week. Congratulations, sir. Let's give him all a little round of applause. Thank you. Let's check it out. We'll start over there with him, with Mr. Tom Brady leading in the pack with a 10.7 points this week. Christian McCaffrey with 9. And Ezekiel Elliott was the best player on the team with 19 points. Funny story, this guy was shooting out fucking blanks. Haha, I was talking about trades earlier this week because he played Ezekiel Elliott and Dez Bryant this week. Of course, Dez, like last year, who got a combined total of 5 points on both weeks they played the Giants, but no, he got 5.3 this week. Devontae Adams, of course, was Richard Sherman was all over him like white on rice, and yes, that was a racist joke. Zach Ertz got you 13 points. That was like the chalkiest tight end this week. Of course, he's a Philadelphia fan, so of course he owns the Zach Ertz train. Martavius Bryant, 2.4 points, and the Cardinals D, 7. Not bad. Cardinals were raping me super early in this game. Lucky for me, I had the Rams D with 29 points that just fucking pollywopped the shit out of you. I did, however, thanks to Mr. Matthew Berry, who is now officially on my hate list at the top, I had trusted his ass and said that, you know what, Dak Prescott last year struggled in both games against the Giants. This year he's going to struggle again. It's his sophomore year. Let's make sure that I'm just not, seeing into it too much. Let's play Brian fucking Hoyer. I know. It cringed me when I actually put him in, who got me 3.2 points, while Dak Prescott went bananas with 17 points. However, keep in mind, I literally have halfway to the amount of wins I had last year after week 1. So thank God for that. Of course, I had David Johnson going IR with 10 points. Lamar Miller got me 10.6 points. And then I had Allen Robinson, I think it was third, either my third or fourth round pick got hurt. So I have 2 people that went out, my top 4 picks, just like last year when Allen Robinson shit the bed on me and fucking Keenan Allen also shit the bed. I think if you have Allen in your name, I'm going to quit drafting you. That's pretty much it. I'm pretty much the fantasy reaper. If like another person on my team gets hurt, like Gronk, I'm just calling myself the fantasy reaper this year, and I'm just going to kill everybody. I'm drafting people just to get hurt. That's what I'm doing. Lucky for me, that he also got 10 points. Allen Robinson got me 2. Pierre Garçon got me 11. Gronk had a touchdown called back because of a pass interference call, some shit. Marvin Jones, actually, I got this one wrong. I know he got like 10.7 points, but I thought Golden Tate was going to be shadowed by Jenkins, and he wasn't. It was actually Marvin Jones. Luckily, Marvin Jones got like a 70-yard TD, and just that's about all he got all week. And then Rams defense, of course, top defense of the week against that piece of shit Indiana team, 29 points. I'm going to have to reevaluate my kicker. Crosby, he's on the chopping block. Guys want to trade, just saying. Of course, Devontae Parker and Doug Martin. Doug Martin's suspended, so he's not coming back for another 3 weeks. Of course, they're on a bye because of fucking dumbass Irma. So that is basically, lucky for me, I played the donkey, or this probably would not have gone pretty at all for me this week. Let's go back to the scoreboard and see what our very next matchup is here. We have got Gator Moskin versus the Badger Ave Bangers, which, of course, this week is our... He is our oh yeah lineup this week with the grand total of 129 points. Now, I don't want to hear any bitching about I don't get to draft, I don't get any keepers, I don't get this, I don't get that. You fucking knocked it out of the park. You know what? I give you a clap. We should all give you a clap. You did a great job drafting. Of course, you had Kareem Hunt goes for 46 points. But you did a good job. You did your homework. That's what we want in this league. We want people who are who know what they're doing. Ricky. Yeah, we'll get to you in a minute. So the thing is like you knocked it out of the park this week, man. But you had Russell Wilson go for 8.3 points. We had LaShawn McCoy go for 21. Kareem Hunt just went fucking ballistic for 46 burger on you. Crabtree 11, Marshall 1.5. I see where you went with that, but it'll get better. Of course, the Jaguars D crushed it with 29 points against Houston, who looked abysmal. Looks like my kicker thing is kind of kicking in on this team. It looks like Adam Vinatieri has a -2. He missed one field goal, and he only had 2 field goal attempts out of the whole day, so you might want another kicker. Um, of course, we go over to the other side. Gator Moskin. It was a pretty decent score. You just can't help it when you go up against the best team that week. Trust me, last year that's why I'm good luck Chuck, is because literally I got fucked every week. If you played me, you had your best week of the season. Aaron Rodgers, 19 points. Jordan Howard, 14 points. It's going to be a question mark at some point. Dalvin Cook, 18 points. That's a pretty good player this week. Julio Jones underperformed at 8.6. Jamison Crowder was like negative points for the longest time, fucking pissing me off and shit. Austin Hooper went crazy, and Adam Thielen went crazy. Those are awesome. Right there, two of those guys, 22 points, 23 points, for a grand total of 45, actually 46 points if you add the decimals in. That's just crazy, dude. Like, those guys are getting high volume. It's good picks and good homework there, too. Theo Riddick was on your bench. Kirk Cousins, I can understand that. I don't know why you have another quarterback. I mean, you got Aaron Rodgers. Why do you have 2 QBs? I mean, bye week. I mean, you're already planning for that. I guess that's good. But Jacquizz Rodgers, of course, is on a bye because that's shit. So we're going to see him probably this week, if I had to guess. Probably over Jordan Howard. Overall, it's a pretty good game. I have no complaints here at all. I don't think you guys made any mistakes too much. Danny Woodhead, of course, tore his fucking ligaments and everything. His whole body just collapsed. Six play of the game. So Terrence West, of course, is on Mr. Badger Bangers with bench. So God forbid McCoy goes down. Of course he will at some point this year. He's got a backup. That'd be all right. Slide right in. So, it could be a contestant right there to get right into the playoffs. I'm not saying too much, but I'm just saying it's got a pretty decent team this year, man. It's got a high volume team, got like a lot of upside to it. I kind of like it, honestly. I'm digging it. Digging your little man crush on your team. Next up, we have Shake and Bake, of course. Is he on the board still? And All Hail King Big Dong. All Hail King Big Dong's basically whole team sucked a dong. Let's start out with Le'Veon Bell at the top. You had Carson Palmer. Of course, I had Palmer in another league. Palmer's supposed to go bananas, go off. It was like just the worst, man. That engine stalled hard. Le'Veon Bell only had like 10 carries for like 32 yards and a couple catches. Frank Gore is your second running back. KBD, you might need some help. Come talk to me, because I will fucking gladly trade you some people if you want anybody. Jordan Nelson got 17 points. That's pretty decent against Sherman, dude. And Jordan Nelson is a stud. He will be as long as he stays healthy. Kelvin Benjamin, boomer bust to me anyway every week. Corey Coleman's a high volume type guy, kind of like my Devontae Parker. If you didn't draft him, I was going to eventually take him, honestly. Your Steelers defense at Cleveland, dude. What is up with these defense scores, man? Double-digit scores above 10, like almost 20. You got 28, 29, 19. Like, what is this craziness? It's like wiffle ball out here. Kickers, 6 points. Stephen Gostkowski, 5. I'm kind of like, after the first week, call me crazy. After the first week, I know we had an argument about the kickers, about the points, and like, oh, you made them more valuable and things like that, which I could see. However, what I'm seeing is like less than 10 points per kicker, which is kind of nice, and or negative, which is not great. But it's kind of doing what I wanted it to do to begin with. So far, I'm kind of in the impression that it's pretty decent. Let's get over here to Mr. Shake and Bake, who doesn't know who the hell is even on the board anymore. Matt Ryan went for 20 points. Great, good job. Carlos Hyde, 10. Mark Ingram, 9. Running back core looks like it needs some help. You got Thomas Rawls on your bench, and then you have Jamal Williams as your other running back. If you need some help, dude, I will trade you Lamar Miller. I'll trade you Jonathan Stewart. We can make something happen. Come hit me up. I'm so in dire need of a running back, like a steady running back. But kind of looking at most of these teams, there's a couple of people I'm going to run into that just have like stacked running backs. I'm waiting on like LaShawn McCoy to get hurt. I got a couple of backups on my bench sitting there right now. I'm just waiting, and I'm just going to play the waiting game because I know LaShawn's going to get hurt. I know a couple other people might too. I might just try to play the waivers, get at least another decent running back in there. But right now I have 2 running back 2s as long as Jonathan Stewart keeps getting double-digit touches. Brandon Cooks, 10 points. T.Y. Hilton, 5. Hunter Henry, 0. Oof. You might want to get another tight end, bro. Fitz is a big play last week. I played him a lot in daily. I think he's going to be good going forward. That's probably your most steady person. And if we did trade, that's probably who I would want. I don't see anybody else on your bench that's even interesting. Rashard Matthews, Jamal Williams, Antonio Gates. I don't know. We'll see. Colby Fleener got you 14 points over there, KBD, but you pulled out the win. Good job. Our old champ. 1-0 starting out the season. I'm right there with you, so I'm kind of excited about that shit. We're going to see what else we can pull out here. Man, what a fucking week, man. I'm exhausted. I'm sure everyone else is too. I'm sorry I'm not as animated as I probably would normally be, but we'll try to get into it a little bit. So next up, we got Dolphin Domination, which thank God David Webster has changed her name. It only took you an entire fantasy football season and off season and me to make your name in our draft, for the love of God, change your name, for you to change it to Dolphin Domination. And that's exactly what he did to Mr. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Excuse me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. God, you're gonna make me fucking just, ugh. I'll tell you what, bro. I'm sorry. I just saw Obi-Wan Kenobi's fucking QB, Andy Dalton, bro. He is looking like garbage this year. You played him -3. You know what? We give Josh shit all the time for for Tony Romo, but in week 1, Tony Romo had more points than Andy Dalton at -3 points. So if that makes you feel any better. Leonard Fournette, 22 points. Tyreek the Freak Hill, 26 points. Some of the big names on his team. Marshawn Lynch looked good, bro. And I'm kind of interested in Marshawn Lynch. Like, if you want to trade him, hit me up, honestly. Eddie Lacy, 0.3 points. Ouch. Then you had Matthew Stafford. And this makes it even worse, dude. This is the worst. So... So if he played Matthew Stafford, he would have got 27 points. That's sitting on your bench instead of -3. That is rough. That is so rough. Chargers got you 8 points. 83 total points versus 110.8. So let's go over here to Dolphin Domination. Mr. Webby got you Derek Carr 18. Mike Gillislee for the New England 22. Antonio Brown 26. Amari Cooper 14. Your keeper this year, Jimmy Graham, got you 2 points. CJ Anderson 9. And again, kickers are less than 10, which is kind of decent. Got 6 and 6. You know, I mean, yeah, I'm kind of liking the scoring format a little bit. Like, honestly, if anything, kickers may hurt you a little bit, but I think it's really curbing some of their kicks. And then you had Mr. Ben sitting on your bench at 15, but everything else was like you made a pretty much perfect call on your running backs and stuff like that. You had Marion Mack for the Indiana go for 11 points, but you would never played him over Isaiah. I never would have either. And that's pretty much it. I feel bad for Obi-Wan Kenobi because he had like all of Miami and Tampa players on his like bench. He had the Mike Evans, Jarvis Landry, and O.J. Howard sitting on his bench, so it's kind of rough, man. I'm sorry about that. Hopefully things turn around for you. You got some good running backs. You got, you swap out that QB a little bit. You'll be a pretty steady Eddie player going forward, I'm pretty sure. I like how Webby has like a Star Wars theme going on. Of course he is. And one of my personal favorite new players, Mr. I'm a Snowflake. Dude, I just want everyone to realize that literally Mr. I'm a Snowflake was going to make a T-shirt for the draft that says I'm a Snowflake. I kind of wish he would. And it's funny because like when I met you, Mr. Snowflake, like your shit was I thought your profile picture was actually you for a minute, and for some reason I didn't really dig too much deeper. And so when you showed up to the draft completely different, I was like, I'm a Snowflake. So it kind of cracked me up a little bit. But really close game here. I'm a Snowflake pulled it out with 92.9 points versus our runner-up last year, Mr. Ballbuster, 80.9. Let's start with I'm a Snowflake. Mr. Phillip Rivers got you 17 points. Todd Gurley, which I played in daily last week. I think he's going to be steady Eddie going forward. Got you 18 points. We got Mr. Delaney Walker, 11.1. Keenan Allen, 12. I like Keenan Allen. A.J. Green, he needs to start doing a little bit better. I got him in another league. It's a pretty steady lineup. A lot of these new guys did their homework. They actually drafted fairly well, I feel like, honestly. It's kind of funny. I feel like I'm shitting the bed. More like I'm looking at these teams. I'm like, God, what the hell was I doing with my team? We got Joe Mixon, who could probably be a sneaky play later on in the year if he takes over the backfield of Cincinnati on your bench. Jeremy Maclin got you 12 points on the bench. And for the most part, it's pretty solid lineup. You made the right calls, and looks pretty good. There's a swap over here to Ballbuster. Got you Drew Brees at 15 points, Melvin Gordon 16. Solid, solid. And then you went with the New York Giants running back, which was kind of interesting to me at 3.5 points. Yeah, I mean, you have Odell Beckham, which is difficult, and you got Duke Johnson going forward behind Isaiah Crowell. Of course, somebody's going to get hurt eventually. It's not your fault because Jay Ajayi was on your bye. I get it. So the first week's a little bit rough. You still put up 80 points, so it's really not bad at all. Rest of your bench kind of the rest of your team kind of shit the bed than DeAndre Hopkins and your defense Panthers. What is up with these defenses? 14 points, 20 points, like 19 points. Falcons D, again, kickers are less than 10. I mean, I'm kind of digging this. So we're going to see if this continues to be a trend. I'm just going to keep track mentally, and if it is, I'm kind of going to keep it the way it is because kickers are kickers, man. I don't want someone to lose because a kicker went crazy bananas this week. Like, that would just irritate the shit out of me. And if it irritates the shit out of me, I'm just not going to stand for it as a commissioner. It's just not cool. Some of the things we're going to get to the last matchup here in just a second. I'll touch on some things. I'm thinking about maybe some ideas for next year. I'm gonna throw out there for you guys, and we'll kind of talk about it. But last but not least, our fucking penis trophy winner from last year, Hulk Hogan, actually beat Team Von Damage. Look at this shit. Like Van Damage, excuse me, Team Van Damage. Delete the team out of your name. Just call you Van Damage. I don't know what happened, man. Hulk Hogan actually did some homework, man. Let's give him some fucking props. You know what I'm saying? Like Marcus Mariota, 18 points. Stephon Diggs, 24 points. Jason Witten, 15 points. Terrell Pryor, 9. Devonta Freeman got you 10. Like, he did his fucking homework. And his bench scored 71 points. You got Golden Tate on your bench for 19. LeGarrette Blount, 11. Tyrod Taylor, 18. Like, good for this guy, man. Like, I'm going to say, like, most improved Hulk Hogan this year. Let's put it to a vote. Cam Newton, on the other side, Van Damage. I'm going to keep fucking that up because I'm going to keep saying Vaughn. Cam Newton, 13. Ty Montgomery, love that guy. 17 points. I really want him from you. Tyler Eifert, 0.9. Kind of shit the bed for you. Ravens D, 22 fucking points. Another 20-plus point team. What is going on in the NFL? I didn't even fuck with the defensive scoring. I don't get it. On your bench, you had Randall Cobb sitting there, which kind of hurts a little bit because he kind of went crazy. Anything else? Not really. So that's our week 1 recap, honestly. Love it. I love this league, man. I'm glad everyone's in our league. I'm fucking excited about the league going forward. Some of the things maybe next year I'm thinking about, instead of actually doing a waiver wire order, I'm thinking of maybe doing like a FAB, which is I forgot what it stands for, but basically everyone gets a set amount of money during the season, and you get to spend that money. But once it's spent, it's gone. And then you have to put bids in every week on players that you want, and so it basically gives everybody the option and the chance at any given player on any given week, instead of having to wait in the waiver wire. Oh, I'm 10th pick. I doubt I'm going to get the guy that I want because everyone else is going to be on him. No, you put a bid in. If you bid higher than everyone else, you get that player. So it's kind of a mind game. It could be a lot of fun. Just an idea. Maybe next year we'll try something like that. Let me know how the league went. Let me know how the draft went. I kind of like that place. I really did. I know it's a bit of a drive for everybody, but maybe next year we can do it on the East Coast like we did, but maybe flip-flop because I really like that place. It was low-key. The server was on point. It was great drinks, atmosphere, had our own room, Wi-Fi, whatever you needed. Like, it was awesome. I actually think it went off without a hitch. I'm excited about this fucking year, man. And honestly, welcome to the league, guys. Enjoy yourselves because I'm fucking excited. And I can't wait to see what this year holds, honestly.